So it is Thursday night, and I had put together a group of things that I was going to take to the Texaco station because it appeared as though for one night that somebody wanted to play games with me. I found a computer hard drive sitting up at one of the pumps at the Texaco. I found a little Jesus thing on top of one of the garbages by pump 7. There was a drill on one of the sides, and I wanted to take it, but I thought that maybe it was somebody that worked for the store, and when I went back last night, it was gone. But, and I had also found this bag of, there's like a coat, some shirts, a can opener, there was an old rusty flashlight. It was just really bizarre to find those things there. You know, and 5 years ago, I probably would have been like, I was going through my period where I was making sense out of everything around me as a significant sign or symbol. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing as a dreamer and a visionary and someone who has a lot of gifts that you have to be mindful of is that when you start to hit that fantasy place, and you're writing really great things, or you're producing the best music ever, or just, everything's pouring out of you, you want to make sure that you're in the safest place. Because when you're in that kind of moment, you tend to be vulnerable. It's when a person lets their walls down and just lets God in, and you get goosebumps. You can feel it up your spine, and you feel a presence, or whatever it is. People in the temporal world will look at you if you're in public somewhere, if you're not on a stage, or you're not behind a big, huge camera on a movie set. They will look at you as if though there is something wrong with you. That is how the society and the culture that we live in the United States is premised on this. Everybody just, Hitler didn't just socialize and create this whole Holocaust and all of the bad things that happened by saying, I'm just going to make this happen. They desensitized people. They brainwashed people and manipulated people through the airwaves. Radio, television broadcasting, those people were just completely desensitized to what was really going on. And there were generations of people that just denied that it ever even happened, despite the video footage and the writings of people and the the empiricism that it did in fact happen. I can't think of anything. There's a lot of things going on in this world right now that compare to this that just aren't seen yet. But I cannot think of anything that has ever been documented really accurately that has been so And so when Inglourious Basterds came out, and I was one of the first people to notice that Quentin Tarantino spelled Inglourious Basterds differently than it would have been phonetically or whatever. So where I'm going with all of this is I'm not where I was going to be. And this is what pisses me off, because it's cops and it's people and whatever that get in the way of where it is that I'm supposed to go to leave messages. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that God did not reroute me here for no reason. I was supposed to come here, and now they're back on my radar. And where I am at is the Peninsula Baptist Church. It is this big blue church right off Highway 101. When you're going north from Long Beach into Ocean Park, there's this big church you're going to see on your right. It's like a gray, baby bluish gray. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. It's huge. It has the capacity to serve as a really cool revival place. They've got a remembrance quarter, a little playground, tons of room in the field. If you gathered 1,000 people here, you could really make a difference at this location. The problem is they screwed the pooch with me, because last year, and I had it all on video of everything that I saw and did and whatnot. One night I came to film something. I was going out. I was leaving the premises, and I saw some white stuff in the grounds, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I came upon somebody had pulled out the bottom part of a refrigerator. There was products, ketchup, everything just scattered all over this lawn. I picked up everything in the freezing cold, put it all in my car, took it home, went through the things, and tossed out all of the bad stuff, and I took I put everything back on this bench that they have there. Well, then, it was either the very next night or the night after, I'm leaving the premises, because I had come to film here, and there was a broken chair, like a rocking chair that had been dismembered into just the wood pieces. So what do? I load everything up into my car, and I come back around and I put all the pieces on the chair, and I had been calling the ministry the whole time this was going on, and it was supposed to be Pastor David was the dude that was supposed to be running the show, some young whatever. And I said, I called and I'm like, look, man, I gotta tell you, I came here because I'm a gatekeeper and I'm a guardian, and these are the things I found. I don't know what is going on, but whatever, but undone. Then I called to leave a message for them to see if somebody would contact me regarding Awana and if there were programs that my son might be able to be involved with. Never got a call back. Third time I called, I said, frickin' strike. 3, you're out. And I was like, I'm not coming back here. I don't care. I'm not coming back here. And I didn't for like a whole year. Well, then there was some problems going on with these cars that were being stolen up in Ocean Park. So Docs, the owner of the tavern, calls the police and says, can you make your presence well known here because we have a problem? So every night when I would come out to do my gig and I just wanted to read my scriptures under the Texaco light and do my thing, and sometimes the wind was blowing and I had this cool ambiance thing going on with nature versus, nurture, and it was blending and it was all beautiful. And no sooner, they were there like every night. And then they faded away. And so did I. And I quit going to Texaco. I'd go all the way back down into Long Beach where the poor people, the laundromat, the car wash, all these places where I knew that the homeless and other people were hanging out. But, gas ended up getting really expensive for my Volvo as a gas hog. And I started to do my Ocean Park thing again. And tonight, I was like, I just want to make this quick. I don't give a shit. I just want to get myself done. I want to make these drops and go home. And there was the sheriff sitting there, backed into Jack's exactly at 12 o'clock of where I was supposed to be going. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I either need to go straight or I'm going to go left and brake for it and hope he doesn't follow me. Because I'm really paranoid about police officers. There's some really great ones. I like the viral photo that I circulated to a bunch of people about the officer that got shoes for the homeless person. But that is not the norm. That is not the norm. I can tell you unequivocally, fact-based, documented, officer number, what's your name? I have scads of officers that are horrible, horrible people. They're individuals on a power trip. They're bastards. They're bitches. They're whatever you want to say. And I don't care if you're part of the SHIELD or you have family. I know what I've experienced and I know what I've seen happen. That officer was a gentleman. And that's what they called the photo, an officer and a gentleman. And so here I am, again, where I don't necessarily feel comfortable, but I know that if I got out of my car and screamed right now, I don't think anybody would call the police. And that's what I feel like doing. For the last couple of months, I have put so much energy and love and time and compassion into the things that I've posted. I've spent hours going through my friends' profiles and clicking like on the things that they post and supporting them and all this and that. And nothing in return. And it's not because the stuff that I'm doing is too risque. It's not because it's not good. And it's not because it's so far out there people can't grasp it. It's really not. There are a bunch of, unaltered photographs with captions and scriptures and here's what happened today and things that I've created. And all I'm trying to do is get the bone. I just need the bone pitched to me. I'll put it in my mouth and run with that motherfucker to the finish line. And yes, I said the motherfucker word. I'm so sorry if it offends you. But at this point, I don't care. So now, what I have to do is figure out what my next move is going to be. What am I going to write for this church? Because clearly, this was all part of the divine plan for Angela to make round 2 with them and see if I can't get them fixed. So I hope that you check into the second clip.